Hi, I'm Renee Urbanovich, and I'm doing Voice Teacher Reacts. And hopefully you're going to love this one because it's Demi Lovato. And how could you not love her, right? She is raw. She is powerful. She is a force to be reckoned with. She's fierce. So we're going to look at a live performance of Stone Cold. And I've never seen it, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't always think that Demi has the best vocal technique. Because she does do some abusive things to herself, right? But she does it with us in mind, I'm sure, because artists often represent that part of ourselves that we're never willing to go to. And so she gets paid the big bucks to be the artist that we all feel sometimes, wish we could tend to and don't. So this Voice Teacher Reacts comes from a place of love, if I say anything that isn't positive. Okay.
Cold,
stone cold, stone cold.
You see me standing,
it's very low.
lying on the floor. Stone cold. Maybe if I don't cry, I won't feel anymore. Stone cold, baby. God knows I try to feel.
Here she goes.
Happy for you. Know that I am, even if I can't understand.
Wow, I have to stop. Woohoo! That went from soft to hard with nothing in between. Most of the time a song will build, but not with Demi. She is fierce. She is fierce, and she has a broken heart here. So what she does with her face is she makes a little bit of a block with her vowel, right? And then she also spreads her vowels. Happy, happy, happy. She spreads her vowel. Demi loves to belt. And so I won't let my students belt. There's no such thing as a healthy belt. Remember that. So if you and I were working on it and you wanted to sound like Demi Lovato, you'd have to understand something called process. And right off the bat, at the very get-go, you cannot just scream. You will not have a voice 1 hour later. So don't just mimic Demi's vocal technique. You can mimic her passion and you can feel her pain. But when you do this song, go straight up to head voice for me. Happy for you, happy for you. And keep doing it in head voice till your brain says, oh, and deletes the past schema from listening to her scream it. So delete that from your memory and do it in head voice and get your muscle memory to remember that it's head voice. Then we can start adding resistance and bass so that happy for you turns into happy for you. You still hear its head voice, and then happy. And then you add more and more chord and more resistance to your head voice until it sounds a lot like you're yelling. And you're not. That's the dirty secret of pop singing and all the demands we put on ourselves. And oh, I just wish I had 20 minutes with Demi so she wouldn't hurt her voice, because I love her passion. I love her pain. I love her. I love that she just puts herself out there as an artist for us. But it hurts me to think of the damage that she's doing to her voice. Anyway, we just started. Listen to me. All right, we're going to listen some more.
I'll take the pain, give me the truth. Me and my heart will make it through. If the bees I'm happy for you.
I can't say enough good things about that line. So you can hear she's in a hard chest voice, but then she goes into a skinny chest voice. Let me rewind that for you. We call that thinning out. She thins out her vocal cords. It's like picking a different string on the guitar. I'll show you. Right there. You can hear the head voice in it. Hear that? Listen for the head voice in it. Listen for the skinniness of it. Listen for the tinniness of it. The trebleness, as if it's a different string on the guitar. Here we go. Yeah. You hear that? It's, ha, ha. She's not trying to drag up her chest voice. Husky. She's thinning out. But then on her descension, she huskifies the huh. She adds bass like a husky, rich bottom. Can you hear that? I'm seeing a horseshoe when she says the word huh. Listen to that. And she makes it rich and thick, and she adds lots of chord. So she goes from skinny to fat. And then you might be fooled into thinking she's belting when she's not. Look at her. Ah. Hear that? That's her sweet spot. Love it. Second verse.
Cold, you're dancing with her while I'm staring at my phone stone.
And that low note is just such a bummer. It's such a hard note. But she has to lower the whole song. Stone. She's got her chords closed during the verse with a lot of what we read as angst, but it's a snug closure, right? Stone cold, cold. Oh. She's got a lot of closure, and she's on the edge of the chords, and she's not adding any air. Adding air would sound like this. She's not adding air. She's kind of doing that, but she's doing it so well, and she sounds very upset. And it really works because it reminds us of when we're not trying to be polished and when we're really just expressing ourselves. God, she's so good at it. I'm going to take it back because I want to hear it again. Here we go.
With her while I'm staring at my phone stone cold. I was your amber,
And she's this with her
now
hands.
she's your shade of gold stone cold, baby. God.
Okay, Demi. She gets an A+. Did you hear that? She thins it out. Oh, and it's just perfect. Ugh. God, I love it. Anyway, did you love how she does this with her hands? Judy Garland, one of my favorite singers, used to kind of throw her hands around. She wasn't probably very sober. But now Demi's doing that thing, right? She's throwing her hands, she's throwing them up in the air, and she's really frustrated. And that can act as a really good thing as a singer, because if your hands get to do some of the emoting, your throat and your neck muscles will be like, oh, I don't have to do everything. Yay. Especially if you're not 100% trained. And, you know, people like Demi don't want to be careful. They don't want to be concerned. People don't pay the big bucks to go see Demi Lovato to see her be concerned about her voice. So anyway, the hand thing is a great trick if you need a trick, and it's really working. She is just exuding nothing but angst. You got to love her. And she looks beautiful while doing it. Okay, keep going.
God knows I try to feel happy for you. Know that I can, even if I can't understand. I'll take the pain, give me the truth. Me and my heart will make it through.
Oh, I can't stand it. I'm really proud of her. It's really hard live, you guys. It's so hard to do what she's doing. But she's doing the trick where the low notes you add as much husk as you can, as much mass going down the longitude of the chords so that you have a thicker sound. And then when you go higher, you thin out. She's doing it masterfully. She really exaggerates the edge, the edginess of a singer's voice. She's not trying to be pleasant. She's trying to be edgy to represent the edge, that stone cold knife in your heart. And her voice is doing it beautifully. Gosh. Okay. Keep going. Woo.
If that is I'm happy for you.
So you can hear there's just a tiny bit of scratchiness on those chords, but she has such instincts. She's a good singer, even if she doesn't care for her voice like a prima donna, Broadway or operatic singer. Bless her heart. She's got instincts. So she could hear that the voice was maybe about to crackle, and she just went straight ahead, and she cut short that one note that was a little bit scratchy. And I love that. I've never watched her live. I'm so proud of her. She's doing great.
Don't wanna be stone cold stone. I wish I could mean this, but here's my goodbye. Oh,
I didn't think she was going to do that. Oh, and she did. Woo. Okay. She's great. So she is doing what I teach my students to do. And it's what I call the fake belt, because there's no such thing as a healthy belt. Because belting means you're trying to bring your chest voice up higher than it can go. And you can actually, hemorrhage, break a blood vessel, or even worse, get nodules on your vocal cords, which are those little calluses. And certain singers who are really well known for their hollery voice, their husky voice, like Adele, they have to have surgery to have those calluses removed. And one of the best singers of all time, Julie Andrews, from way back when, she lost her voice, and she got some nodules just from one night of being sick and coughing, and not like 6 months or anything. And when the surgeon went to remove them off her vocal cords, it wasn't good. And she suffered. It was bad. So I'm sorry for the surgeon that did that, but you don't want to get nodules. And part of my story is I had a double set of nodules on my cords. So I'm really against belting. So I am shocked that Demi Lovato is doing such a lovely job showing you guys how to thin out that chest voice. So this is where we want to go. We want to go here where we sound like we're yelling and screaming. So we can go this way and we can thin out chest voice, or we can go this way and we fatten up head voice. It ultimately turns out to be the same thing. Truth be told, she's still pushing harder than I would want my students to push, because you don't need to. It's fake, but she's breathing high and she's pushing hard, but she's such a passionate person. As I said, nobody's paying money to go see Demi Lovato. Be careful and be concerned and be proper. Come on. Okay, let's see where she goes. Oh, I'm blown away.
I'm happy for you. Know that I am, even if I can't understand.
Oh, that was even better than the recording. She's really in it. Good for her. And she did some more licks. She opened. She was wide open, adding air. I just want to pick on her so much and just say, well, she's pushing too hard and she has no control. But nobody wants Demi Lovato to have control. Oh, wasn't that so, so brilliant? I just hope she went home and steamed. Everybody's crying.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, and I don't believe it for a second. She is not happy. And this is what the human voice does. This is what it does to us. It helps us feel our feelings. And she is up there and she is emoting. And I don't believe a word of it. She's not happy. She's not, but she's trying so hard to get over this. And what better way than to just be happy for them? But she slows it down. There's a device, right? When she slows it down, then the one we're used to hearing over and over, that repetition, the beat, the rhythm, she changed it. And she took us out of our expectation. And she took huge risks. And she did holler. So what? She hollered. I'm sorry if that hurt her voice, but she did it with caution. She did. And she did it with some great technique. And I don't know how she's not bawling her eyes out, because everyone in that audience is, and I will be listening to this after I turn it off. So that human voice gets to us, doesn't it? And that's what art is. It wakes us up to our heart. It wakes us up to those experiences we have of being human. And even if we haven't had a broken heart, we can relate to this amount of pain and wanting it so bad to go away. Oh, I guess it's over. And let's just... Okay, so I guess I'm done. I hope that you learned a little bit about thinning out and learning about fat head voice and not fat chest voice. Learn about not being a concerned singer, but having technique and skill so that you can offer your gift to the world and help everyone feel their deepest humanity. I'm Renee Urbanovich. I'll see you next time.